All right, everybody. I am so excited to kick off tonight's meeting. I am in Utah at an event here in Utah, so we're excited traveling. It's way colder in Utah than it is Arizona.
I bet.
All right. You guys kind of know the drill. I want you to use the chat box to ask questions. We'll be watching it throughout the meeting so we can answer those questions. So go ahead and practice. Let us know where you're zooming in from right now. And what were you for Halloween? You can answer something fun. Okay. So hold on one second. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody so the lines are clear. Just keep in mind that if you unmute yourself, we can all hear behind and we can all see you. In case you don't know that there's a camera in front of you and we can all see you. So we've had some fun interactions with that. Let's not do that tonight. All right. So I wanted to share something with you guys as we get started here because I don't want anybody to miss Lindsey. Do you guys know who, what? See what I mean? Rachel, I'm muting you. All right, welcome guys. For everybody who's showing up, we are so glad you guys are here. And I'm so excited to introduce Lindsey to our training session tonight for One Team University. For those of you that haven't ever experienced our calls, this is our living room training where we come together as leaders from all over the globe and share our journey, share experiences, and show everyone how to do this authentically. There we go. And it's a beautiful thing that we can come together in Isagenix and really be a part of that one team philosophy where we share. Like nobody has to pay extraordinary amounts of money to get training in Isagenix. We have so many wonderful people that are so willing to give their time and their experiences to share where they've come and what they've learned and how they're doing things. And one of the great things I've learned, and I want to share this with you guys, is just the importance of growth and humility, always being coachable and teachable, because in this industry especially, it's constantly evolving and changing with the time. So I love that. So what I wanted to share tonight is, do you guys know who Jordan Adler is? I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's a new friend of mine. We've just become friends recently. And he was talking about the difference between an oak tree and a eucalyptus tree. And it was actually funny because Arizona, if you guys have ever visited Arizona, every time we have a really big storm in Arizona, all the trees fall over. Like, like all over the place, like because their root system is so shallow. And because they're watered so much, like they just have a really shallow root system. And so they just all fall over every time it storms. Whereas like you go to other places and you have these big like oak trees, for example, their roots go so deep and they're so strong. I mean, I grew up in Texas and we're talking like hurricanes, like crazy stuff happening there. And the trees don't blow over, right? They're like strong, strong, strong. And so the reason why I'm sharing this is because, you know, two things real quick. I don't want to take from Lindsey's time, but I just felt impressed to share this. One, every time we go through trials and we go through hard times in our life, just like the trees in Arizona, you know, if you don't go through trials, if you don't experience hardship, the roots never tell the branches to get stronger. The roots are never told to go deeper. And so when the storms do come, they're not ready, they're not prepared, and they fall over, right? And this business is about stability. It's about working through hard things. I'm going to keep muting you, girl. Okay. It's about working through hard things. It's about constantly creating a stronger posture, creating strength in you from your core, and really helping like prepare you so that when things do happen, you can just push right through it. You're not just going to blow over. And things are going to come your way in this industry because we work with people who are the most beautiful creatures on the earth, but they come with problems. So let's be oak trees. Let's, you know, really, really put our roots in deep. Let's surround ourselves with people that are just incredible and that will support us and pour belief into us. And you're doing that tonight by being on this call. And I'm so excited for you guys to be able to get to know Lindsey Wynia a little better. She is, it's funny, Lindsey, that you're still like considered a new leader in Isagenix, even though you have done so many incredible things in a short period of time. I feel like I've known you for a long, long time, even though it's been a very short time. So if you were at Celebration, you got to hear from her. And I'll just tell you guys right now that Lindsey walks the talk. You know, every time I send her a message, she responds. She is such a beautiful example of one team and of great leadership and friendship. So Lindsey, thank you for being on our call tonight. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you, beautiful. Where'd she go? I saw her, now she's gone.
I have to unmute myself, sorry.
There you are.
Oh, Trish, thank you so much for being here and for providing this call opportunity for people. And I know I've said this before, you've asked me to train on this call before, but your videos, your YouTube channel was one of the channels that I went to look for guidance and for leadership. And so I am grateful to you for providing this platform for people to come and to learn and to grow. And that is what we're going to do tonight, you guys. We're going to grow. And as a matter of fact, I want to just encourage you for a moment. I want to empower you. Text 2 people right now who really need maybe some encouragement tonight, maybe need some fire, maybe need to be lit up a little bit more in their business. Text 2 of them to get on this call right now, because I am about to give you the key to success in this business, and you do not want to miss it. And by the way, if you're on and you're just on your phone or you don't have video, turn your video on. I want to see your faces. You guys know me. You guys have seen my bedhead. If you follow me on Instagram or social media, you know that I don't show up looking like this all the time. So I'm good with you just the way you are. I need to see your eyeballs because I need to know that we're landing right here. I need to know, yeah, unless you're naked, Trish says. Thank you for clarifying. I need to know that you're in it to win it, that you're ready to show up in the world in a different way. So I need you to know there are only 2 things that change your life. There's only 2 things. Sometimes we plan it and sometimes we don't. Either something new comes into your life or something new comes from within. Something new comes into your life or something new comes from within. There are only 2 things that create that catalyst in your life. How many of you felt like when Isagenix came into your life, it was something new coming into your life and you felt the shift? Raise your hand. You felt the shift. It was physical. It was visceral. You felt it and you were like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna explode because of what this has done to my life. And then some of you have gotten on this road and you've done it the best that you can. You've done as much as you can with as much as you had. And here you are, maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later. And you know what? You're feeling stale. You're feeling stagnant. You're feeling like you don't know what you're doing. You're feeling like you don't have a guidance. You're feeling like you don't have a direction. You're feeling like maybe this isn't for you. And I want you to know that now is the time that you've got to pull something from within. There's only 2 times where that catalyst for change comes: when something new comes into your life or something new comes from within. And tonight, it's going to come from within. You're going to make a choice. You're going to make a decision. You're going to decide that it's time for you to have success. If you want to be wildly successful in this business, because I know that you've all had the transformation that you need with your body and your nutrition. Like you all raised your hand. You're like, I felt it. I know it. It was so black and white, night and day, light bulb, on, off. You have to look from within once you get past that excitement and that feeling, right? Your new sharers, they're fired up. They're like, oh my gosh, I gotta tell everyone because I love this. What happens when you've had that feeling in your body for 12 months, for a year, for 2 years? At that point, you have to make the decision to be successful from within. You have to look in you. You have to learn and grow and develop yourself. I'm going to tell you guys something that you probably already know, but in our industry, we're at a disadvantage because our platforms are all on social media. And social media is literally killing the belief that you have of yourself. Because the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning is you look at your cell phone and you see someone scrolling by in your newsfeed, someone who got up earlier than you, someone who got to the gym faster than you, someone who's working out harder than you, someone who's showing up better than you, someone who's doing more than you, someone who's doing better than you. And you're like, oh my gosh, I suck. How many of you have been there? How many of you have felt it? How many have done it? We're at a disadvantage because we are supposed to be on social media doing our business every single day, but we're falling short. We're falling short because we're comparing ourselves. We're comparing ourselves to the next person out there. So why are you doing this? Why don't you just give up and go home then? Why don't you just shut the door, turn off the lights, and give up? You're not going to, because you are needed by somebody else. Guess what? There's hundreds and thousands, maybe even millions of people who need you because you're you. They don't need someone else who has a perfect body. They don't need someone else who has a six-pack. They don't need someone else who has perfect hair every day. That's not me. They need you. They need you coming in as you are and showing up in a bigger way. But there's only one way to get out of this comparison mode, and that's right here. Like, you have to change the thought process that goes through right here. You have to decide today, I'm done with comparison. And if that means that you get your mind and your body and your attitude straight before you pick up your phone, that has to become a must. Every morning, you lay your phone down and don't pick it up until you're certain in your head what you want, where you're going, and how you are going to show up in the world today, regardless of how anyone else is showing up. It's got to be you, and it's got to come from inside. And it doesn't matter what anyone else is saying or doing. Do you hear me? Do you understand me? This is critical if you want success in this business. You no longer can choose to follow other people. You have to follow yourself, and you have to follow what comes from within. And you have to make decisions every single day to get up, to show up, and to do it. No one's going to do it for you. You have to do it for you. But common sense isn't always common practice. It's not always common practice. You have to make decisions. You guys all know what to do. I'm not going to tell you guys how to have a conversation about a value pack today. I'm not going to tell you how to get double PIVs. I'm not going to tell you how to connect with people. You know why? You already know how. You already know how. You don't need that information tonight. There's a zillion and one videos on Isagenix business that'll tell you exactly how to do it. If you're really just unsure and you're just not sure that you know how to do it, go watch some videos on Isagenix business. But I guarantee you, until you have fixed this one thing, until you have fixed you from the inside out, those conversations, those connections, those value pack conversations, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere until you know you and you know what you want. Does that make sense to you guys? If you don't have necessity, if you don't have confidence, if you don't have a plan, it's never going to happen. You can never, ever, ever let your past, who you were yesterday, literally yesterday, who you were yesterday, limit your future. Because you can literally decide to wake up tomorrow and be a completely different person. And I'm not meaning that you're like someone you're not. I mean, you can decide to wake up tomorrow and be unapologetically you. And you can show up in a brighter way, and you can show up in a happier way, and you can show up to be the guide and the light for more people. You're not meant to get stuck in your old stories. You're meant to move on. You guys, power plants don't create energy. They don't have energy. They don't have, like, nothing is coming to them. Power plants create it from the inside out. Power plants generate the energy inside themselves and then share it out with other people. You have to create the energy. You have to be the energy. You have to be the person that you want to attract. If you're not that person, no one's coming to you. You have to show up in the world in a better way. And if you're stuck, it's because you're casual. If you're stuck, it's because your goals aren't big enough. If you're stuck, it's because you have no goals. If you didn't look at your goals yesterday or today, you don't have any. You should be looking at your goals every single day. They should be in front of your face. You should be focused on them every single day because you have to do it every single day in order to succeed. That's the only way to succeed in this business. All right? You have to feel it. You have to feel it coming from within. You have to be excited. You have to be intentional. You have to be hungry. You have to want it. There is no one who is going to want it for you. And if you're not that person right now, if you're not the person right now, you can build yourself into the person who deserves to be successful and who deserves to have everything that you want to have, because there's only two narratives in life: struggle and progress. So where are you right now? Are you in the struggle or are you in the progress? That's it. And it's okay if you're in the struggle. It is okay if you're in the struggle. The reason why is because we all have to learn. We all have to grow. We all have to get better. But every day you choose. Every single day you get up and you choose. Am I going to struggle today or am I going to have progress today? Am I going to do more today or am I going to stay stuck today? And I suggest you make that decision first thing in the morning, because there is no other time. You can't be flipping and flopping back and forth throughout the day. Every day you get to choose what today is going to look like, how you're going to show up, the energy that you're going to have when you interact with people every single day. And if you don't choose positivity and excitement and engagement, it's not going to happen. You'll be stuck. There's 3 kinds of lives, and I'm not going to plagiarize this. I got this from Brendon Burchard. He's written a ton of wonderful books, but he talks about 3 kinds of life. There's a caged life, where you feel caged, literally like an animal. You feel trapped. You feel like you're angry at the world. You're angry at your circumstances. You're angry at what you don't have. You're stuck. You feel like you're stuck in a corner. You feel like you've been given a raw deal, okay? And you're bitter. You're bitter about it. And you just think, you know what? They don't understand me. They don't get me. No one gets me. No one understands me because no one's been through what I've been through. That's the caged life. And I have to tell you, I used to live a caged life. Back in 2008, we got in a bad business deal. We lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. I cried myself to sleep for months. And I was caged. I was miserable. And I was 100% certain no one understood how I felt. And guess what? I showed up pretty miserable. I definitely was not showing up in the world in a happy, excited state. I was miserable. I was unhappy, and I was 100% certain that no one understood how I felt. And guess what, you guys? I wasn't attracting very many friends. I was lonely. Has anyone ever been there? I was lonely, I was sad, I was depressed. And guess what? It was pretty much a creation of how I felt. It literally was. The ultimate show of ego is saying, no one understands me. No one understands how I feel, because someone's been there. Someone has been there. You may not know that person, but someone's been there. They get you. Someone has gone what you have gone through. Even though you might not know that person, they have. And then there's the comfortable life. And I would say probably the majority of you are in the comfortable life. With deep skills come deep ruts. You're fine. You're fine. You have enough money. No, it's not a rock star life, but you have enough. It's all right. You're getting by. It's not your dream life, but you're making it happen. You have lack of interest in your team members, in your business. It's comfortable. That's the comfortable life. Does it feel good? How does it feel to be comfortable? I can see Trish. She's like, it ain't good. It doesn't feel good to be comfortable. It doesn't bring you joy. It doesn't bring you excitement. It doesn't bring you energy every single day. You want to be in the charged life. You want to feel charged. You guys have gotten a glimpse of the charged life, because you guys, how do you feel after celebration? Who feels charged after celebration or after an Isagenix event? You feel charged, you feel lit up, you feel excited. There's like a pop, there's like an excitement, and you're like, yeah, like I feel this. You're like, I want to do this. Like I'm fired up. And then you get home, and because you didn't plan for it, because you didn't prepare for it, because you didn't make a choice, by day 4, 5, 6, you're back to your old nasty pattern, caged life or the comfortable life. You're back because you didn't prepare. You didn't make a plan. You didn't decide, because you didn't set daily intentions of how you're going to show up in life. You didn't make a decision every morning how you're going to show up in life. You didn't take a moment before you looked at your phone to look at your day and to think about what excites you and how you're going to get excited that day. You did not show up intentionally. You let yourself go back to your old habits, your old ways, whatever's comfortable, whatever feels normal. You have to make a decision. And look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's easy, but you can decide. You can make a decision to do it. No intention leads to no engagement, which leads to no feeling, no energy. The power plant doesn't have energy, it creates it. You create that energy every single day. You can create it right from inside yourself. But avoiding something, avoiding conversations, avoiding prospects, avoiding connecting with new people, avoiding talking to people out in public, avoiding putting your name out there, avoiding showing up as an Isagenix consultant, avoiding showing up as your brighter, happier self. Avoidance is the opposite of engagement. Full engagement every single day will change your life. How did you show up here at this meeting? How did you show up? Did you show up excited? Did you show up vibrant? Did you show up ready? Did you show up lit up? You can decide how you show up anywhere. You can decide how you show up before a phone call, before a meeting, before a potential prospect call, before a meeting with one of your team members. How are you showing up? You have to show up on every phone call, exciting, lit up, happy, joyful. Otherwise, people aren't going to want what you have. You know, the sad thing is that people tend to flock to where they're at, right? Do you tend to go back to the comfortable spot? You tend to go back to the people who never push you out of your comfort zone. You tend to go back to where it's comfortable, where you don't have to grow and you don't have to progress and you don't have to do anything different than what you've always been doing. Why? Because it takes no effort. It takes no effort. But you can literally choose every single day to show up in a different way. You can create that energy. So listen, the only difference between you and a high performer, you or someone who's making $1 million, you and someone who's crushing their business, is that person who's crushing their business is showing up excited and happy and lit up every single day. They're just showing up with more intention. They're just showing up ready to do more, to prove more, to be more. They're just excited. A charged person is just more productive. And when they're more charged and more productive, guess what? They are more influential. They're more influential. Think about the influential people that you know. What is it about them that's influential? What are they like? What draws you to them? Their energy. Exactly. Their energy. So here's some words of high achievers. These are some words that describe high achievers. Fully engaged, right? Avoidance is a short-term strategy to misery. It really is. When you see someone disengage in your business, what does that mean? They're like out the door, almost 2 feet out the door, aren't they? When you see someone disengage, they are out the door. You have to engage in that bigger dream every single day. You have to think about why you're doing this. You have to think about what lights you up. You have to think about what excites you. You have to do the thing that you're scared of every single day until you're not scared anymore. How many of you guys have been bungee jumping? Like, raise your hand. How many of you were scared the first time you bungee jumped? Everyone, right? Everyone's terrified the first time they bungee jumped. But you did it and you survived. Will you be scared the next time? Probably. Will you be scared the 50th time? Amy says probably. I think less. I think not so much. I think the 50th time you jump off a landing into a ravine, you probably won't be as scared as the first time you jumped off. The difference is you're not jumping off enough. You have to jump off more. Jump off more often. Jump off with more excitement. It's never gonna get better until you do it. You know, everyone's like, well, I want to be better before I do more. No. You'll only get better until you do more. You'll only get better when you're doing more. Competence and confidence is like a complete rolling circle. The more confidence, the more competence. The more competence, the more confidence. They are completely interrelated, and you cannot disengage from either one. The more confidence, the more confidence, and the more confidence, the more confidence. You have to go out and do more of the things that you know how to do and do more of the things that you don't know how to do. Be so bad until you get better. Do more of that. Do more of that, because that's what will really, really make you successful. Another word of a successful person is joy. Most of the time, you can totally get joy from other people, right? How many of you feel total and complete joy when you're doing the open the box call for a new person? You're just lit up, you're just excited, you just cannot wait for them to have that in their body. Or someone rank advanced to consultant for the first time. You're lit up, you have joy, you're excited. Do more of that. Don't get stuck in managing your team. That's not where you grow. That's not where you grow. People are attracted to people who are joyful. If you're not joyful, if you're complaining, whining, ornery, saying how bad things suck all the time, no one's going to want to be around you. No one's going to want to be in your business. Not a single soul. So stop whining and complaining. No one likes it. No one wants to be around it, including your clients, including your team. You know, so many of us are just accustomed to just going back to what we normally do. We flock to the people who think like us, who act like us. It's time to level up that game. It's time to do something different. It's time to show up in a better way. It's not okay. If you want to be successful in this business, it's not okay to show up safe anymore. You have to change what you're doing. You have to do something different than you've done before. You have to show up in a different way. Another word for successful people is confidence. You have to believe in your ability to figure crap out. You guys, I know all of you have had a time in your life where it was hard. All of you have been through something difficult. All of you have been through something that really, really sucked. Did you survive? You made it. You're here. You overcame that. You did it. Now you can do it again. You can do it again. You have to. You have to be the person who can figure it out. And it's totally okay to tell people you don't know it all. Absolutely, Jenny. Absolutely. You've got to think back to a time where it was hard and you figured it out, because you know what? You're going to do it again. You're going to do it again. And this time you're going to be better. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be bolder. You're going to be more successful, because this time you figured it out, you did it, and you're going to do it again. Confidence is something that you generate. It's another thing that you generate. Energy is something that you generate. Confidence is something that you generate. You can literally decide to just do it. The only reason why I'm more successful than you is because I've just failed more times than you. I've just done it uglier more times. I've just failed more times. I've just made more mistakes. That's it. One last thing that I want you to really, really think about is that you have to really show up as you. And you have to live a life that reflects the values and principles that matter to you. It's okay when you first come into Isagenix and copy someone else. It's okay. We've all done that. We've all done that because we don't know what we're doing, or we feel insecure, we're not sure what to do. It's okay when you're starting, but it is not okay to continue to do that. You need to figure out who you are and what you want your voice to be as soon as humanly possible, because people will be able to spot it from a mile away if you're not showing up as yourself. I promise you, I am not the same person that I was 4 years ago. Susie Johnson here was one of my very first enrollments, not really my very first, but like within the first 6 months. She'll tell you, I'm not the same person that I was 3.5 years ago. Not even close. I'm a better version of myself. I'm not scared of what people think of me. I am more deliberate. I care more deeply. I have deeper friendships. I desire more in my life. I want to do more. I want to be more. I want to show up in a better way. I want to have a richer, fuller life. And guess what? You guys might think I'm there. There's no there. Now that I'm here, I want it even better. I want it even more. I want it in a bigger, better, brighter way. But it's time to level up. You can't be who you were yesterday if you want to do this. You have to make a decision to be bolder and brighter and more joyous and show up in a different way. That is the only thing that will bring you true happiness in this life and in this business, is if you're being true to you and to your values. If you're trying to show up as someone else, it's never going to feel genuine to you. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like yourself, and you're not going to do it. You have to decide who you are and what you want. Because like I said at the very beginning of this call, that's what's going to bring people to you. And it's okay if that you does not look the same as the you 4 years from now or 4 years ago. The only time you're not going to be happy or successful is if you're stuck in one place. If you're the same, if you're the comfortable life, if you're just fine. You want to live a charged life. You want to live an exciting life. You want to wake up every day ready to light the world on fire. And if you haven't figured out a way to do that, you need a morning routine. You need to think about meditating. You need to look at your calendar and plan your day so that you're intentional every single day. Because there is nothing worse than getting to the end of the day and thinking to yourself, what did I accomplish today? Nothing. You need to be more intentional about planning your day and making things happen. Does that make sense? You guys, these are just principles. They're just principles to success. They're principles to help you succeed. Literally anyone can do them. The people who are more successful have just done them more often, more consistently, over a longer period of time. That's it. That's it. But if you're not attempting to improve yourself every single day, to make a difference every single day, to serve somebody else every single day, and you're not planning action steps to get to your goals every single day, you're not going to make it. And you all can make it. 100% of you. This can be a 100% club right here. I want it to be. I know it can be. All right, you guys, that is all I had to share with you tonight. I don't think there's any questions. But I just want to make sure that you guys know you can do this. Start here. Start here. All right, thanks, you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, Lindsey. Good night, hun.
Night. Love you, Trish. Thanks for all you do.
You're amazing, girl.
Thanks, Linz. Awesome job.
Thank you, Lindsey. I needed to hear that tonight.
You bet, Amy.
Really resonates with a lot of people.
Thank you so much. I loved it.
Yep.
Have a great night, you guys.
Good night.
Thank you, Lindsey. Thank you, Lindsey.